Disgusting leftovers. Leftover foods you should never eat. Hey foodies, welcome back once again to our gastronomically glorious, taste-tingling, and ever so insightful channel. It's an absolute pleasure to have you join us today for another lip-smacking, tummy-rumbling episode. Are you ready to tackle a topic that just might make your taste buds tingle in a totally unexpected way? Can you guess what we're serving up on today's menu? That's right, we're diving headfirst into the occasionally grim, often misunderstood but always fascinating world of leftovers. But hold on to your forks, folks, because these aren't just your ordinary run-of-the-mill leftovers. Today we're unearthing the unappetizing, the unpalatable, and the downright distasteful. Welcome to the realm of disgusting leftovers. Leftover foods you should never dare to reheat and eat. If your fridge is the treasure trove of forgotten meals, if you're the type who can't resist the siren call of that 3-day-old slice of pizza, or that last week's chicken casserole that's been chilling in the back, then this episode is just for you. So come on, foodie friends, grab your aprons, your curiosity, and maybe your trash can just in case. And let's dive into this scrumptious and slightly scary culinary adventure together. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll never look at your leftovers the same way again. Seafood. Splashing in at number 1 on our list is the often luxurious, always delicious, but oh so perishable category of seafood. From succulent shrimp cocktails to perfectly grilled salmon, who doesn't adore these treasures of the deep blue sea? But as delightful as these dishes are, they also come with a ticking timer. Seafood, dear friends, has a notoriously brief shelf life. It's like Cinderella at the ball, beautiful for a night, but at the stroke of midnight, or in this case, after a day or two in the fridge, things can get a bit fishy. And by fishy, I mean potentially dangerous. An expensive lobster tail that you're tempted to savor the next day? That sushi you're hoping to have for lunch tomorrow? Think again. These delicious bites can quickly morph into a petri dish for nasty bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli, which are the evil villains in our food safety tale. Trust me when I say this, food poisoning from bad seafood is not a beach party. It's more like a tsunami of unpleasant symptoms you'd rather avoid. So folks, the next time you're eyeing that leftover sushi roll or contemplating saving that grilled shrimp for tomorrow's lunch, remember this simple, life-saving mantra. With seafood, it's best to live in the present, enjoy it on the day you cooked it, or wave it goodbye. After all, there's plenty more fish in the sea and in the supermarket. Rice. On to our number 2 spot, we have a bit of a surprise contender, folks. The humble, ever-present, and seemingly harmless rice. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? But hold on to your chopsticks because as innocent as it may appear, this worldwide staple has a dark side if not handled correctly. You see, uncooked rice can often be a secret hideout for spores of Bacillus cereus, a bacterium with a name as sinister as its effects. This sneaky little germ can survive the cooking process, lying low in your perfectly fluffed grains. If left out at room temperature for too long, these microscopic mischief makers can wake up, multiply, and before you know it, they're throwing a full-blown bacterial bash in your rice bowl, potentially leading to a nasty case of food poisoning. So the next time you find yourself with some leftover fried rice from your late-night Chinese takeout, or that extra cup of basmati for your homemade curry, here's what you need to do. Get that rice in the refrigerator ASAP, ideally within an hour, and make sure to finish it off within a day. Treat your rice right, and it will treat you to a safe, delicious meal every time. Chicken. On our number 3 spot on our list, we have everyone's favorite poultry, the versatile, the tasty, and the often leftover chicken. From a comforting Sunday roast to a quick Wednesday stir-fry, chicken is the one bird that often finds its way into our meals and our fridges. Now, while it's tempting to keep revisiting that delicious roast or spicy chicken curry, repeated reheating is a no-go zone. Each heat-up can lead to a decrease in protein quality, robbing this lean meat of its nutritional goodness. But it's not just about losing those grains. Reheating chicken over and over can also open the door for some uninvited guests. And by that, I mean harmful bacteria. Plus, let's be honest, dry, overcooked chicken is about as appealing as a rubber tire for dinner. So here's the golden rule for your leftover clucker. If you're planning to feast on that bird a second time around, be sure to only reheat it once and do it within 2 days of the initial cooking. This way you can still enjoy your chicken safely and keep it moist and flavorful. Remember folks, treat your chicken with respect and it'll always give you a meal to cluck about. Eggs. Cracking into our number 4 spot with a sunny side up demeanor, we have one of breakfast's best friends and baking's biggest allies, the wonderfully versatile yet potentially problematic eggs. Whether they're scrambled into a fluffy mound, poached to runny perfection, or boiled to a hard or soft finish, eggs are a food favorite that sometimes finds their way into our leftover lineup. But here's the exciting plot twist, folks. Eggs can be a bit temperamental when it comes to their shelf life. These oval delights are highly perishable and can quickly go from a tasty treat to a risky meal if not stored properly. They're especially prone to salmonella contamination, a bacterial baddie that can give you a serious case of food poisoning. So what's the best way to handle leftover eggs? If you've got some scrambled eggs from breakfast still sitting around, you've got 2 options. 1, you can embrace the chill and eat them cold. Think egg salad. Or 2, if you prefer warm eggs, make sure you reheat them thoroughly, ensuring they're piping hot all the way through before taking a bite. Extra care now can prevent extra headache later, folks. Cooked vegetables. Sliding into the number 5 slot on our list, we have a food group that's often touted as the epitome of healthy eating, cooked vegetables. Whether you're a fan of leafy greens like spinach and kale, or you prefer your veggies steamed or sautéed, these colorful creations are a staple in many diets. But beware, dear friends, because just like the other contenders on our list, cooked veggies can also be tricky to handle. It turns out that those tasty greens can also be a perfect breeding ground for bacteria if not stored properly. Yuck! And while you may have heard the saying that eating your greens is always a good thing, this time around, you'll want to ensure that your green veggies are stored in the right way to avoid any unwanted bacterial growth. So what's the secret to keeping your cooked vegetables fresh and safe? Well, first of all, make sure to refrigerate them immediately after cooking. This will help slow down the growth of bacteria and keep your veggies crisp and delicious. And secondly, try to consume them within a day or 2 so that any bacteria growth is kept to a minimum. And secondly, try to consume them within a day or 2 so that any bacterial growth is kept to a minimum. Cream-based foods. Drum roll, please, because we've reached the last item on our list, folks, and it's a rich and creamy one: cream-based foods. We're talking about dishes like indulgent cream soups, delectable cream pies, and rich pasta with creamy sauces. These dishes are often high in fat and calories, making them a delicious treat. However, they can also be a breeding ground for harmful bacteria if not stored and reheated correctly. So, what's the secret to keeping these creamy delights safe and enjoyable? It's simple, really. Just like with our other contenders on the list, make sure to refrigerate cream-based foods immediately after cooking and ensure that they're reheated thoroughly before consuming. This will help to prevent any bacterial growth and keep your cream-based dishes safe to eat. And lastly, make sure to consume them within a day or 2 so that any bacterial growth is kept to a minimum. So the next time you whip up a delicious pot of cream of mushroom soup or a velvety fettuccine alfredo, remember these tips to ensure you're enjoying your creamy indulgence safely and deliciously. Summing up, and that, my friends, is the end of our disgusting leftover list. While it's always great to save money and enjoy a tasty meal, we want to make sure that you're not sacrificing your health for convenience. So when in doubt, throw it out. But don't let these disgusting leftovers scare you away from the wonderful world of leftovers. There are plenty of foods that taste even better the next day, and we'll be covering those in our next episode. So stay tuned for more tips on how to make the most of your leftovers. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Disgusting Leftovers. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. That way you'll never miss another tasty episode. Stay safe and happy eating.